Hello and welcome back to the Lander98 channel. Oh, there we go. Yeah, welcome back. We're going to continue on with the blueprint, the car making tutorial here on Blender. We left off getting the blueprint all set up. Now, if you happen to notice, I did not save at all while making it, so I had to restart. But luckily I didn't get too far. So, what we're going to do is today we're going to go over the roof. Whoops. We're going to go over the roof. So basically we're going to do this portion and down to the bottom line here. Shouldn't take too long. Got to definitely speed this up. Camtasia's free trial ends in 9 days, and I do not want to spend the $250 for that. No way I'm making that back in return. So, let's get to it. So first off, I'm sure I did this in my last tutorial, but you want to make sure you at least line up your first line, make sure that your blueprint is all set up. Because as we know, some blueprints are not always the best. This one's pretty close here, but I'm still going to move it up twice. I can't really check the back yet, but I can definitely check the top. And I see that I'm going to have to move it back. Now, whoops. Am I still centered? Yeah. Now, because we're making this for 3D printing, we don't have to worry about this roof scoop yet. Or if you don't want to do the roof scoop at all, you don't have to. But then, what we're going to do, make sure that we have our two vertices here. So, right-click and then Control right-click. Make sure you got it. And then what we want to do is that we're going to press the E key. The one in between the W and the R, the E for extrude. And then we're just going to drag this line. Sees that it takes both. We're going to press the Z key to make it invisible. Makes it a little easier to work with. And then we're just going to keep going across the roof here. No need to go super high poly yet. It's always better to work on a low poly at the moment, especially when you got to change some dimensions to make something fit. Now we're going to stop at the trunk line here. Wow. Thanks a lot, Blueprint. Then again, on the blueprint here, that line curves in where on the top here it stays flat. So as we can see, we're already running into a blueprint mix-up. Fantastic. But because top view's top, and we get a lot more detail from it, we are going to abide by the top. Yeah, you can see it goes straight right there. You know what? This is probably the... Nah, we're going from the side. Because I know that line is like that. Then we're just going to Control right click that, and we're going to shrink that down a little. Come to our front view. As we see, from where we started up till the top of the roof, we're actually pretty good. So, now we're just going to do that. Go to the front view, and we're going to extrude now sideways. Now, as we can see here, we're going to have to make this kind of scrunch inward from both sides. Luckily, we can do that with just scaling. Now, the roof looks like it stays the same height, but I think that it might be improperly drawn. So we're just going to do a full scaling change. So just press S key, make sure you're a distance from the origin, because then that really messes that up, and bring it in. So we're good here, and this will probably decrease the curving just a hair right there. Back, make sure we're good. And we're going to extrude again. Now, at some point here, we're going to have to rotate. We're going to probably best right now. We're going to rotate this inward. Drag it up just a hair. Okay, and then we're going to be getting... Actually, may as well just drag it right along there. Set it right there, and then we're going to take the green arrow and drag it up there so that we are reducing our curve, because we want this line to still be here. So now make sure we're good up and down. Now we can always increase the curvature when later on. Now we do have a bump here. Yeah, we're actually following that line pretty well. This, not as much. But we can always fix that. Actually, for the most part, it looks like we're not supposed to be down this low. So, click this and drag. Line it up with our line. This one's good. All the other ones needed adjustment. Alright, so let's set up for this bump here. Now, probably best that I bring a quick picture of it. Hopefully I can get internet out here. I'm kind of in the middle of a parking lot now. Thank you, Bing. Ooh, wrong body style. Probably the same roof line, though. There we go, that's the one I want. So now I need to find a picture of the roof. This is from Forza, isn't it? It is. Okay, so it's not too much of a bump, just looks like it's like a little hump. So, here, bend it down and around. However, what we're going to do, well, first off, I want to, there we go. Then what we're going to do is we're going to scale in the Z direction because it's supposed to be a little taller. So scale and then Z. And we'll do that. There we go. Now we got our hump. Now we're going to tab. Go until we get here. So now we're going to rotate this a little because this is a little more far out than this. So we're going to press the R key to rotate. Probably didn't need to rotate it that much. Right there. Because then this will come out more. Down. This is going to be a bit of a just grabbing and moving all on our own. There we go. Line it up. Now I guess this is where we can go to our rear view. You can see here, we're not very close. There we go. Now we're going to come down to our window line. So just bring it straight down. And then I think we're going to actually just scale it because we want these end caps here to be now angling towards this way. So we're good over here. Maybe even bring it in just a hair. This, however, does need to come down. Now I want to position this line so that I can have it go along with this post here. These ones, however, do not need that kind of luxury. So I'll bring that in. And now go to the top view. And then we're going to get it aligned with the window line. Looking good. We're getting a roof going. Lines look pretty smooth. Let's work on the front end here. So, just going to click and drag. Oh, click and extrude, I should say. Now, because obviously we've made it skinnier this way, we're going to have to make it skinnier that way. Now again, you don't have to do it super high poly. If anything, it makes it a lot easier when it comes to making windows later on. We're going to have to start rotating this, aren't we? Last one, other than at the very base, this is going to be where we at least adjust our angle. Then wow, it's different on the top view. That got thick, and this is still thin. Wow. Okay. Unless they want something like this. Yeah, that runs in line pretty well. Yeah, it's always a question of which part of the blueprint is most accurate, because they're obviously all going to be off. What do you expect for a free blueprint pulled off of Google, even though you pay for it when you go on theblueprints.com? Because it's a vector drawing. So, I'm just going to come on down here. I'm going to start flattening out our line, because we could probably make a whole thing stretch this length. Now, it's always important to check along the rear view here, make sure that the continuity of the line's going all right. It is starting to get a little wider than the rear. We can fix that. In the front, I should say. So pull that back in. Pull this one back in too. Might look a little funky coming up through top here. Now, is there any way? Nope, let's not bring that in, actually. If anything, boast it out. As we can see, it's going through both sides. On the rear here. Down one more time. Now, only if there was a actual perfect blueprint that I could do, because the very first time I was going to attempt a video like this, blueprint was so trash, I just never bothered uploading the video, because the car didn't even look good. Still printed it, though. Alright, I think we just need a little more here. So we're going to start curving it back in, and then this is going to go back over here. And then we're going to stop trying to make it bend so far. Yep, so that comes in there. And it looks like we are now merged back into the actual trunk line that the blueprint is showing. Now I guess we can go through here and touch some things up, make sure that these are continuous, which we're doing good. Actually, I guess we could at least see roof line. That can be adjusted. Back view, bring that up, making that flat with that. That's kind of hard to deal with. There we go. Alright, we got a pretty good roof. So obviously, before we can end the video, always save. Very safe to save. And we got that. So, I think the next thing to do beyond this is start working on a rear fender. Probably the best thing that we can do. So, I'll see you guys in the next one. If you liked the video, please hit like and subscribe if you're following the tutorial. Or subscribe if you want more content. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.